Greetings and welcome from Fullbordad, Sweden. In this episode we are going to look at the first versions of my map and how it got completely changed, and that pretty much nothing from the first version is still in the latest version of the map. It has radically changed over the time I've been developing it, and the time I spent detailing areas only to later completely remove or redo them is pretty, well, embarrassing. My first idea when creating this map was to of course borrow the things I liked from my previous projects and apply them all to one single fun map, and this was my first result. I was never really sure about the B bomb site since it always felt too cramped and easy for the CTs to hold, and this site resembles nothing to the B site I have now, which on a side note is what I think is the most successful on the map. I had the right idea in mid, with the two small corridors separated by something in the middle which gave the players good mobility and fun fast-paced action. When I first started the map, I had a lane that stretched between the team's spawns with a house on the side that you could use to sneak up on snipers or go for the bomb sites. This house was later replaced by a train cart that acts the same way, but keep that minimalistic feel that all good CSGO maps have. A site was copied from my last maps. The house offers a good place to overlook the site itself, but you can't see past the entrance to the site, making it a good defensive spot for lurking CTs or for the terrorists when the bomb has been planted. I also added a bangable wall that the CTs can spam rushing Ts through, and if the Ts felt like taking a riskier path, they could jump down into the canal and go into the house. A few versions later I had started adding some textures to get a feel for the map. My first thought was to make an Italian castle, hence the looks. The A site was changed a bit, offering the CTs less spots to peek incoming terrorists, but at the same time it also gave terrorists less cover. The wall was pretty much a copy of the B entrance in Dust 2 with a window and a door that would lead to interesting entrances and fights revolving around said wall. It was this version I started to test with friends, and I soon got the feedback that the site had too many entrances and spots to hide in, giving an unfair advantage to the defender of the site. The middle was not bad, but I didn't get that feeling that anyone thought it was amazing either. We didn't really try out the B site, since I was just trying out different ideas there and it was a complete mess. I started to get this feeling that I got on my other maps, and I didn't think I would bother finish this map either since it just wasn't fun enough. After really thinking through all of the ideas and tips I got from testing, I decided to rehaul pretty much everything, and version 13 of the map looked really different than the first versions, but it had a lot more in common with what the map is now. Middle now had the train cart separating it into two lanes, and the A site was really close to being a finished layout. I still haven't touched the B site that much, but both mid and A was now really fun to play, and I started to feel like I was onto something. I had a strong A site and a fun mid to play. Now I just needed to tweak them a bit and then get my act together and redo the B site. Welcome to version 15 of the Knackered, a map that had gone through so many different layouts and tests, and if anyone looked at the first version and this one, you wouldn't even say it's the same map. This version was heavily tested by me and my friend Bubbles, or whatever he calls himself these days, and this was the layout I decided was the one I would use. Thanks for watching this episode. Next episode I will go into a bit more in-depth about the bomb sites itself and talk about why I put that cover there and why I changed that road, why I put a wall there, etc. And I will show you all the versions of the bomb sites and how they evolved to what they are today. I will also, next episode, probably show you some of the footage from us testing the map, or I might do a separate episode just for that. But anyways, thanks for watching, see you next time, Fullbordad out, boom!